So Palm Beach County questions that are on the ballot. There's two questions. The first one says, increase workforce and affordable housing units to address rising housing costs, general obligation bonds. Sounds pretty good. Affordable housing is definitely an issue. A lot of people, they can't afford a house. We need more affordable housing in Palm Beach County. What does it say? Okay, $200 million of bonds, and the taxpayers are going to pay for that. But what you got to do is you got to figure out, okay, who benefits from this? Well, if the people benefit, that'd be a great thing. But the reality is, who are the people that are giving money? It's the special interests. It's NextEra Energy. It's Big Sugar, Florida Crystals. They don't just do sugar. They own a lot of real estate. GNL Homes, Lennar. It all is the developers and the contractors. So the funding source would be us, the taxpayers for these real estate developers. So the county has right now, Palm Beach County has over $100 million right now in various resources allocated to housing projects. But over the last 16 years, the county workforce housing programs only produced 1,100 of these homes. And look at what the developers have done in the past. They've made these agreements and then they backed out, or they paid a fine. Look what they did in Arden. That's the place that's far western Palm Beach County. Check out Andrew Marra's, M-A-R-R-A, Andrew Marra's article in the Palm Beach Post, very detailed about how the developers basically got out of building workforce housing. So, these people, the developers, the construction people, they want public subsidies. And then, these politicians, they're getting money from those same developers. Also, there's no guidelines establishing, where does this go? How is it going to be equitably distributed? The people in Belle Glade, super poor. The people in Riviera Beach, super poor. But there's also poor people in other parts of the county. Like, where does that money go? So it sounds real good, but don't be fooled. These people, I truly believe these developers and these construction companies, they think we are stupid as voters, that we're just going to read over it, gloss over it, and not look into it. You got to look at where the special interest money is coming from. It sounds good. We need more affordable housing, but this is a giant power grab, power subsidies by big developers, and it's not gonna. You're not going to see affordable housing from this. What you're going to see is the taxpayer getting fleeced. Okay, so on to Palm Beach County question number 2. Question is, referendum to continue ad valorem levy for school safety, teachers, and operational needs. And what it does is it levies 1 mil of ad valorem millage. And what is that? In plain English, let's just say you have a house that's worth however much, $500,000, we'll say. For every dollar, it's assessed $1 for every $1,000 of assessed value. So you pay $1 for every $1,000 of assessed value. And by the way, this is good for 4 years. It goes from 2023 to 2027. So let's just say it was at $500,000 house, $500 a year times 4, $2,000. That's what you would essentially pay over the course of 4 years. But what do you get for it? You get something in return for that. More school safety, school police. Like after the shootings at, Stoneman Douglas, I believe the legislature, one of the responses is they said, okay, you got to have at least one armed officer, at the school. So, the schools had to pay for that somehow. And a lot of our local property taxes, they go to fund schools, but they needed something for that kind of shortfall there. One good thing about this particular tax is it also goes not only to school police and safety, but to mental health services. There's a lot of kids that need mental health services. And it also goes to fund arts and music, physical education. So these are things that, seems to me, those are things that matter in life. Like a life without art and music and taking care of yourself physically is, that's empty. That's empty. So it also improves teacher pay. So if you want great teachers, you got to pay for them. And Florida's not the top when it comes to paying teachers. So that's where the money goes to. So that's county question number 2. So what are the pros and the cons? I guess the pros would be we have safer schools. We have children that are more well-rounded in arts and music, physical education, and they're safer too. And you have teachers that are taken better care of, getting them paid closer to what they're worth, and instead of just paying them peanuts, which is what has always happened. I guess the con would be your taxes go up. So I could see if I've got a friend, he's single, doesn't have any kids, like he's probably not going to vote for that. So, but if I've got kids, if you have kids, to me it's a no-brainer. Yes on county question number 2, no, a big fat no on county question number 1. But if you guys feel differently, let me know. Let me know why. Click like and subscribe down there. If you hear of anybody that gets injured or arrested here in Palm Beach County, I'm a local lawyer here in Palm Beach County. Would love to help you. Till next time, remember, law is not black or white, it's gray.